full name is Roy St Clair Thomas. But I'm 89.
Okay.
Come May 21st, I'll be 90 hopefully. Well, when you hear them say you're born under the clock, I was doubly born under the clock because at the time I was born, my mother was a nurse at Jubilee Hospital. I don't know why my mom gave me a saint name because I couldn't really have any pretension to be a saint, but that was it.
We're going to talk about running now and your passion. What got you so?
Running, that you have to blame Foggy Burrows for that. Foggy Burrows, his real name was Sidney Burrows. During, gosh, I can't remember the date, you know. But we had a polio epidemic, and unfortunately, Foggy, who was a brilliant sportsman, he had the polio bad. Foggy used to run a magazine he called Sports Live, and I don't know who, I can't remember who it was who organized the races. It was probably the Guinness 4.5 miles.
So they were long distance races.
That was the first long distance. And Foggy saw me in the crowd and he said, Roy, just run your own race and don't pay me any mind to anybody else. And I've been doing that ever since. You remember when? The trick in those days, if you weren't a top runner, you find somebody who is a serious runner and you stay with him or her. And if you feel you can do better, you gradually ease away from him and look ahead, look for another serious runner and stay with him. Till finally when you're nearing the finish, you listen to the breathing of the runner who you're beside, and he's breathing very, kind of labored. You just take your foot in your hand and you just pass him and you can do. It's a fairly good time, but no.
So you have been running now for almost over 60 years.
Too long, yeah.
What makes you want to run each and every
basically,
event?
It's more in your head than in your body. We had a young fellow who came to us out here as a Peace Corps worker. His name was Willis McCarthy. And trust me, Willis was a tall, rangy looking fellow. He looked like as if he needed a good meal. But Willis was a runner who had done several ultra marathons. So he organized an ultra marathon for us. And we ran from Harbour Head up to Papine, up to Newcastle, go over by Silver Hill Gap, is it? Go down to Buff Bay. It's a bit of a run, 45 miles, but Willis lectured us for about a week as to what we might have to expect during the run. Things like shin splints and running into a brick wall. I'd heard about it, running into a brick wall, and I said to myself, no, that can't happen to me because I'm not a real runner. And damn, it happened to me. I'm running along those little hills, going that parallel the road, running into Buff Bay, and all of a sudden, when I'm at the crest of one of the little hills, it was like my feet said to me, all right, Buster, we have had it. I don't know what you plan to do, but we're not going any further. And I had to kind of psych out myself and It took me a little while before I could get to continue and finish, you know. A well-organized 5K can make a reasonable amount of money, but it has to be well-organized. And the one set of people that come to mind is Alfred Francis and his running events.
That's running events.
They're well-organized, and no matter what, don't worry about how much you have to pay them to do the run. The thing is, you know that it will be well-organized, and if anybody gets injured, they will look after the person, and, you know.
You're moving on to 90 in a few months.
Yeah.
What is the one motivating factor why you still run at this age?
That's a good question. And the physical people tell you at the end of a run, endorphins, it make you feel good. But basically at the end of a run, I might be tired and maybe look as if I can hardly stand on my feet, but I feel good. I feel good all over, you know.
So it's that feeling that you get after a race.
Yes, yes.